Wait, I got more. Now, I want y'all to go back to the video where I told you guys that, like, God will always use people to talk to you as a foundation first to fix your character before he starts telling you more about the things that you're supposed to do. I truly believe that. Baby, if you don't like that, I'm sorry. But, well, that's just how God works with me. Okay? So, oh, I had a pimple. Anyway, so, I'm going to tell y'all a story. So on certain days, with my job, like, everybody knows that, like, on a certain day, we go to the office and that's our, like, woosah day. When I say woosah day, meaning, like, because we're on the road 4 days out of the week, that Thursday is the time where we can all come together, vent to each other about what we've been through, kind of help each other out, find easier ways to do things as a team, right? But I need to stress the importance of, as people, taking the time and accountability to heal your soul wounds. Because when your soul wound starts to bleed on other employees, you make the whole team uncomfortable. To the point where, it's now to the point where we could barely talk when we're in a meeting. We can't have conversations. We can't talk. We can't nothing. But mind you, this is the same job where a lot of people have quit. Where a lot of people have said, nah, I'm out. Like, and people like me and one of the other guys, we're always the two that's like, wait, don't quit. This is not what it always looks like. Okay? Let me give you some context. So, as people, whenever you go into a new position, you got to understand yourself. You have to take the time to understand yourself, okay? So I know with me, I would never, you hear me? Never see me apply for a managerial position. It's not happening because I know my personality. I know that when I get home at 5 o'clock, I don't want nobody texting me. I don't want no emails, nothing. My brain and my mind is clocked out, right? Dana has clocked out at 5 o'clock completely. Because I know myself as an individual. If you struggle with anxiety, you struggle with depression, you struggle with suicidal thoughts, you have to take the time to know yourself. You have to take the time to understand what you can tolerate. You have to take the time to understand, okay, after a certain time, I'm done with this job. Okay? That's one part of it. The second part of it, you have to take the time to also understand what your soul wounds are. Okay? So a soul wound is something that is consistently bleeding within you that you have not taken the time to address. Okay? So for example, if you feel like you're always missing out on a conversation, that's a soul wound. If you have a fear of missing out on something, that is a soul wound. If people are having a conversation and you went to the bathroom and you came back, and when you come back from the bathroom, you see two people talking and you walk up to the two people having that conversation and you asking them, what did you miss? Baby, you didn't miss nothing because this conversation had nothing to do with you. Go back to your seat. Huh? That is a soul wound. This desire to always be included in any and everything, that is a soul wound. You need to address it. Now, if you struggle with anxiety and you also become a manager and then you also have the soul wound of fear of missing out, you're dangerous. Because now what you're doing, you're bleeding on everybody else. And if it comes to the point where you have all three and we're sitting in a meeting and we can't even speak to each other, then the funniest part is, during the meeting, me and two other girls, we are exactly the same. The only difference is that with me, I cannot hide my facial expressions, okay? God forgive me, that's something else I gotta work on. I gotta work on cursing people out when they hurt my feelings, and I have to work on my facial expressions, okay? But there are two other people who are very subtle and will literally say, we don't like this. Please do this. Are you struggling with this? Let me tell you, they were giving this girl hints. And I would hear it and I would be like, if you see me go like this or I roll my eyes, that means something is being said to you for the 59th time and you're not hearing because you choose not to hear. You choose not to hear. Okay? So we're in a meeting. Somebody's saying to the person, hey, this is not what we normally do. Hey, we can try this instead. Hey, do you kind of like suffer with anxiety, or like ADHD, or I think you should try this. And I'm there like, because everybody know my mouth is raw. Like, they be like, Dana, don't say nothing. Just sit there. Like, I be sitting there like, if it becomes the 50th time that somebody is trying to clue you in on the thing that you're doing that's wrong, that you're bleeding on everybody, and it's coming to the point where not only our nerves are wrecked as hell, but we feel like we walking on eggshells and we feel like we cannot have a word to talk because you're overstimulated and you have anxiety and you have fear of missing out, and we're giving you the hints and you're not hearing. Remember I told you God speaks to us with foundations from people that are around us and you're not hearing. At this point, my facial expressions are needed because you're missing it. You're missing it. Now, I can't say nothing because it's going to be too raw for you. When I tell you, they be at work like, Dana, don't say nothing. Dana, just sit. Bro, because now, let me tell you something. When your mother dies, let me tell you, you don't give two fucks about people's emotions, okay? But because I need to keep this job, and then they be like, Dana, don't say nothing. I just be like, or I look and I be like, something has been said to you 95,000 times and you're not hearing it. Huh? So it's like, we got to start listening as people. We got to start healing our soul wounds because you are bleeding on others and you're making the rest of us become a nervous wreck. We can't talk. We can't sneeze in front of you. We can't, what the fuck? Bruh. If you sniffle, it's too loud. Huh? How is our sniffling too loud? We got to do better. Heal efficiently. If you got to go to therapy after work, go. If you need to cut yourself off at a certain time, 5 p.m., cut yourself off. But you come to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're at the office until 5 p.m. You go home and you working until 3 in the morning. And then you wonder why you are overstimulated. Huh? Bye.